The 26th Conference of the Parties will gather heads of states, experts and civil society representatives in Glasgow during 12 days, starting the 1st of November. It is the biggest climate event since the COP21. In 2015, 196 countries agreed to work together to limit global warming to below 2 degrees and signed the Paris Agreement. People and communities living in extreme poverty are the most affected by the violence of climate change. Yet they are the least responsible for environmental degradation. The most vulnerable people have been exploited for generations, such as the fragile ecosystem of the planet. They have been forced to inhabit dangerous and isolated polluted areas. Did you know that the Paris Agreement explicitly mentioned the eradication of poverty? 5 years later, where are we? Because of climate change and the COVID-19 pandemic, the global extreme poverty rate rose for the first time in over 20 years. Leaders around the world are not honoring their commitment to eradicate poverty in 2030. We are in 2021 and it's time to act. With a stronger willingness, we can avoid the climate apartheid scenario announced by the former UN Special Rapporteur on Extreme Poverty and Human Rights, Philip Alstom. A world where the wealthy pay to escape overheating, hunger and conflict, while the rest of the world is left to suffer.
Yang bungolitie itarati kangalege na ungo tinguti bali. Menguso asara alondo langangu klomingi asara si iling bibeni pepe. Nguni alindati datie na loro iswame ngeti ngana keta kungbati inga menindoso iling biti goda pepe. Ingba imulege iki na gbe vakati so na bageti Fatima lasi iki langoda.
Under extreme conditions, struggling to survive, vulnerable communities withstand and fight bravely, taking care of each other and of their environment. They manage to make life possible. It is essential not to leave them on their own. And this is why ATD Fourth World is engaged in COP26. At the COP26, every parties will have to present their nationally determined contributions, NDC, policies and measures to achieve the global targets set out in the Paris Agreement. ATD Fourth World challenges stakeholders to take action.
Recommendation number 1. Particular attention to be paid to the poorest 20% to ensure that no one is left behind.
Recommendation number 2. Tackle climate change in partnership with people in poverty.
Recommendation number 3. Ensure that funds reach the most vulnerable.
Recommendation number 4. Establish social protection floors in all countries.
Recommendation number 5. Ensure that people in poverty are able to benefit from training and job creation in the context of a just transition to a green economy.
All parties have to realize that the climate crisis is only a symptom of a much larger crisis, rooted in a deep social crisis, the crisis of inequalities. The poorest are the first to know it, and they are the first stakeholders of inclusive climate action. Follow us during the COP26 to keep informed about this pivotal event.